Hello everyone! What's wrong, Tony? You're bored? Friends, if you are also tired of playing Monopoly and want something darker, you might be interested in paranormal games. Yeah, I knew you'd be curious, Tony. These games are based on ancient rituals of summoning the dead, demons, spirits, and ancient gods. Each of these games carries with it something sinister and dangerous. You must be brave to be willing to play with such things. Only after watching our video, you will be able to decide for yourself whether to contact other worlds or not. Let's go! The first game comes from Japan and is called Daruma-san. The idea of the game is to summon a ghost who will follow you all day long in hopes of catching you. To summon it, go into your bathroom before you go to bed, strip naked, fill the tub with water, and turn off the lights. Sit down in the tub with your head under the faucet and taps. Turn on the water and start washing your hair, repeating over and over again, Daruma-san fell down. You will see a Japanese woman standing in a bathtub. She will slip and fall, landing face first on a rusty tap and gouging her right eye out. Continue saying these words until you are finished washing your hair. Once you feel the presence of the spirit right next to you, ask out loud, "Why did you fall in the bathtub?" Don't wait for an answer. With your eyes closed, carefully stand up, grab a towel, walk out of the bathroom, and close the door. There is no need to drain the water from the tub. Let it stay there all night. Go to bed, because the game will start only in the morning. You will feel the presence of the spirit at all times. Don't let her catch you by keeping some distance from her. To catch her and finish the game, look at her over your right shoulder and say, "Kidda," while swinging your arm down in a karate chopping motion. If you don't do this correctly or don't do it before midnight, the spirit will haunt you in your dreams for the rest of your life. If you are still alive, let's try the next game known as the Three Kings. It is said to allow the player to access another dimension. This game must be played in a large room, preferably in the basement, where there is no access to light. You will need some candles, 2 large mirrors, 3 chairs, and an object from your childhood. Great, Tony! Now leave the door to the room open and set the alarm for 3:30 a.m. When the alarm goes off, you have to get up quickly, and if all the objects are in place, you can continue the game. At exactly 3:33 a.m., you must sit on one of the chairs with a lighted candle in your hand. Hold it in front of yourself. Now, Tony, look into the darkness without shifting your gaze to the mirror or to the candle. At this moment, you might feel or even hear someone's presence. Some people who played it said they had a desire to talk to their conscience, which manifested as something separate from them. This image will tell you about your past or unresolved issues. Many say that this ritual is a kind of psychological experiment in reality. What you will feel depends on your perception. You may be talking to a being from another dimension, or you may think that it is just a psychological effect. Let's move on. It's Bloody Mary time. You all must have heard about this legendary woman and vengeful witch spirit. In order to summon her, you need to hold a lighted candle in your hands and say, "Bloody Mary" 3 times in front of a mirror. After that, you will have to wait until the bleeding woman appears in front of you. Some people remarked that they had to face her wrath. They fell short of breath and had unpleasant sensations of suffocation. Some even said it was as if she had taken their souls. There are many accounts of people sharing their experiences, some expressing their frustration at the lack of thrilling sensations, while others speaking of the horror of their encounter with the infamous spirit. For the next game, we need a building with at least 10 floors and an elevator. This game comes from Korea, and it supposedly takes a person to the netherworld through an elevator. You must enter the elevator alone. Inside, you have to press the following combination of numbers: 4, 2, 6, 2, 10, 5. A woman will enter on the 5th floor. You should not look at her or talk to her. After the doors close, press the 1st floor button. At this point, the elevator will start going up to the 10th floor instead of going down to the 1st floor. When you arrive at the 10th floor, you get off the elevator and enter another world. The woman may ask, "Where are you going?" But you shouldn't talk to her. To return to the real world, you have to use the same elevator and enter the same combination of numbers. If you do something wrong, you will wake up in your own house. However, don't forget to look around in case this isn't your house anymore. Wahahaha. Okay, the next game is called The Invisible Man. This game of hide and seek, which originated in Japan, is a paranormal game where you will play with a doll possessed by a spirit. You need to take a rag doll, remove all the stuffing from it, and fill it with rice along with a piece of your nail. Sew the place of the cut with red thread. Do not cut off the rest of the thread. Instead, wrap it around the doll. You have to give the doll a name, place it in a tub filled with water, and walk to your hideout. Turn off all the lights, take a sip of salt water, but don't swallow it. Step out of your hiding place and start looking for the doll, who may not be in the bathtub anymore. Once you find the doll, spit out the salt water on it. Let it dry, then burn it and throw the remains away. You have won, but what happens if you don't find the doll or don't perform the ritual with salt water and fire as you should? Unfortunately, we don't know, or maybe no one survived and couldn't tell us what would happen. Friends, if you know what this cursed doll can do, tell us about it in the comments. Meanwhile, let's keep having fun with the otherworldly forces by playing Try Bones. As in the previous case, this is a game of hide and seek, but instead of a doll, we'll be playing with a demon. Maybe it isn't a good idea, but there's a very impressive prize at stake. It is believed that if you win, all your wishes will come true. For this game, you will need a bathroom with a mirror, a candle, and some matches. Start the game at exactly 1 minute past midnight, making sure you are all alone and all the doors and windows of your house are closed. Go to the bathroom and look at your reflection in the mirror, listening for sounds as you do so. If you hear something, it means that the demon is already there. Begin to think about your deepest desire, but your wish should not harm anybody. Otherwise, it will work against you. Then light the candle with a match, but do not blow out the match. Wait until it has burned itself out. Then lie down on the floor and say, "I am aware of your presence. I welcome you into my home. Come now." Then go to the largest room in your house and wait until you hear moans. This will mean that the game of hide and seek has begun. If you manage to hide from the demon until 3 o'clock in the morning, then you have won. You must say, "Thank you for playing, but you must leave now. You are no longer welcome." The demon will leave. The next morning behind the front door, expect a prize. Cool. Your wishes come true. But first think about what happens if you lose. Finally, a game for those who are afraid to play alone, Charlotte's Web. This game summons the spirit of Charlotte Webster, a little girl who lived in the 15th century. Her mother was accused of witchcraft and burned at the stake. You and a second player must go to a dark room with a large mirror. Take with you a flashlight and a toy, preferably one that the little girl will like. Put 2 chairs in front of the mirror and a table behind the chairs. Put the toy on the table and make sure you see it in the mirror. Take your seats and say in unison, "We want to play Charlotte's Web." Wait until Charlotte appears in the mirror and picks up the toy. You can talk to her and ask her different questions. When you're done, say together, "Goodbye, Charlotte." Those who have played this game said that Charlotte is a very nice girl, especially if you manage to get along with her or she likes your toy. However, you shouldn't try to make her angry because you might not like the consequences. By the way, friends, if you like to tickle your nerves with all sorts of paranormal stuff, then you should watch our video with scary stories. Unless you're a crybaby, of course, because it's really creepy. Truly. The link is right here on the screen and in the description below. So, tell us in the comments, have you played any of the paranormal games we listed? Or maybe heard something we haven't told you? The best comments, as always, will appear in the next episode. Bye-bye!